You wake up in the dark. Your eyes are open. Your mind is fully awake, but you cannot move. Not a finger, not your lips. You try to call out, and no sound comes, and then you feel it. You are not alone in the room. Something is there, in the corner, watching. You feel it move closer. Then a weight presses down onto your chest, slow and heavy, crushing the air out of you. You cannot scream. You cannot run. You can only lie there, awake and wait. This is not a nightmare. You are not asleep. This is sleep paralysis, and millions of people live it every year. But the truly disturbing part is not the terror in that moment. It is that people who have never met, on opposite sides of the planet, describe seeing the exact same thing. Let us start with what is actually happening inside you. Every night, when you sink into your dreaming sleep, your brain does something that would terrify you if you stopped to think about it. It paralyzes your entire body. Using chemical signals, it switches off your muscles almost completely so that you cannot physically act out your dreams. You do this every single night and never notice because you are asleep when it begins and asleep when it ends. But sometimes the timing slips. Your mind wakes up before your body is released. Your eyes open, your awareness floods back, and for a few endless seconds, you are conscious inside a body that is still frozen in the paralysis of sleep. Awake, but trapped. Now here is why it feels like something is sitting on your chest. When your body is paralyzed, one muscle keeps working on its own, your diaphragm, so you never actually stop breathing. But you cannot take a deep, voluntary breath the way you normally would. Your breathing stays shallow and automatic. And to a panicking, wide-awake mind, that restriction feels exactly like a heavy weight pressing down, slowly crushing you. And then there are the visions. In this state, the dreaming part of your brain has not switched off. Its images bleed out through your open eyes and into the real room around you. At the same time, the fear center of your brain, the amygdala, is firing on full alarm. So your mind is flooded with dream imagery and raw terror at once, and it does not feel like a dream. It feels completely, undeniably real. Which brings us to the deepest mystery of all. Across the entire world, in cultures that never met and never shared their stories, people describe the same intruder, a heavy figure that sits on the chest of the sleeper in the dark. In old Northern European myth, it was the Mara, a demon that crouched on sleepers and stole their breath. That is where our word comes from. Night plus Mara, nightmare. In Newfoundland, they call her the Old Hag. In Japan, it is kanashibari, which means being bound in metal. In Mexico, the phrase for it translates to the dead climbed on top of me. Different names, different lands, no contact between them. And yet, the same presence in the dark. So why does the human brain, everywhere, build the same monster? The leading answer is as unsettling as the experience itself. When you are frozen and terrified, your ancient threat detection system is screaming that danger is near, but it has no target to point at. So your brain does what it always does. It invents one. It reaches into the oldest, deepest fear we carry, the sense of a predator in the dark, and it paints that fear into the room with you. It simply colors it in with your culture, a witch, a ghost, a demon, an alien, a shadow. In other words, the thing on your chest is not in the room. It is the shape your own mind gives to pure, targetless fear, a monster assembled in real time from the most primal circuitry you own. and it has been visiting human beings, unchanged, for thousands of years. The same weight, the same watching presence, the same helpless terror, described in ancient writings and in modern hospitals alike. For a few seconds, caught between sleep and waking, you meet the oldest fear your brain knows how to make. And then your body wakes, the weight lifts, and it is gone. If this made you a little afraid to close your eyes tonight, hit subscribe, because your body is full of mysteries science is only beginning to solve. And next time, why you sometimes feel that someone is watching you, even when you know that no one is there.